Sheriff Clarke, what do you think about this being the major headline for the GOP right now, talking about the outcome of this election and whether or not he would accept it?
I think it's ridiculous. Donald Trump will accept the outcome if it's on the up and up. However, you know, and I have to run for office myself, and there is a process with which to contest an election. Why would he give that up, especially in some of these states where it may be close, some of the swing states, all right? I mean, you can look at states like Illinois. You look at President Obama, comes from Illinois, long known for voter fraud, dead people voting. In the state of Wisconsin, there are people who are no longer eligible to vote on the voting rolls, and the state refuses to remove those names. Why? So this is what Donald Trump is doing, is planting the seed into the Democrats' heads in these states where it could be close, that, hey, we're watching for this thing. We're keeping an eye on it. He's going to keep them on their toes.
But do you think he could have said it differently on that debate night moment where he didn't exactly word it? Even some of his supporters have criticized him, saying, I'll keep you in suspense as to whether or not.
Well, let's qualify who the supporters are, because just because they're GOP members or GOP operatives doesn't mean that they're his supporters. As you know, ever since he got into this race, he's been fighting the establishment, the donor class, within the Republican Party. And then what happened a couple of weeks ago when that one tape was revealed from something he said, which was inappropriate, but it was 11 years ago, all of a sudden some of these GOP politicians jumped ship. I thought that was in real bad taste.
You know, Sheriff, you've been really tough with your talk, though, when it comes to rigged elections, calling for things like pitchforks and torches, and you've taken a lot of heat for that kind of heat coming from you.
Yeah, well, look at it this way, and here's how I look at it. Frederick Douglass, abolitionist, former slave, said this about the institution of slavery at the time. He said, slavery is a system of brute force, and it must be fought with its own weapons. I suppose that would be incendiary at that time, too, especially since slavery was still an institution in America. You look at the Founding Fathers. I always tell people, read the Declaration of Independence. I read that thing every year. It's not that long a document. Some of the stuff that's in there, I mean, it will make you go, wow, where part of it, it says, if a government no longer, I'm paraphrasing, meets the needs of the people have a duty to abolish it and recreate a new government that meets its needs. That's pretty incendiary, too, at the time, but, you know, sometimes
the scene that forms in our minds, though, when you use the words like pitchfork and torches, is a violent scene. What were you meaning when you said that? well,
first of all, you know, it is a metaphor. And it's a call to citizen action. Okay, there's a lot of things, and I think it's led to the rise of Donald Trump in this campaign, in this election. People are not satisfied with some of the things that are going on in this country, and it's a call to action. Okay, I trust people. People are smart. Okay, you know, I don't expect people to pick up pitchforks and torches. I also put out a tweet the next day. I said, Home Depot's reporting a run on pitchforks and tiki oil lamps. And I said, watch the media run with that one. You know,
and Home Depot probably appreciated the advertisement.
I think sometimes people get a little wound too tight in this thing, and